The demon lord
Oh,
of all the demon lords.
oh, I need to do that thing too that you mentioned like last time. You're like, I just need Hachi to like be in like the Satanic Temple, but like, she's wearing all her cute pink stuff. I'm like, I need to draw that because I love that image.
Right? It's so yeah, exactly. And like but also like I feel like the demon lord needs to have like a bow or something like she like dresses him up.
Yes, yes,
You know?
exactly.
I mean, well like I guess it could be like similar to but not the same as and respectfully I'm saying this because of like my own devoteeship, but like La Santa Muerte like depending on what you're asking or what you're working with, the energy you're working with, like there are different colored robes. I feel like it would be like that, but like in a Hachi way.
Right? So different colored bows?
Well, no, not even bows, because like think about it. Hachi changes like costumes, like she changes characters,
That's true.
like she
Different outfit.
cosplays all the time.
That's true.
So I feel like she would want the Demon Lord statue to cosplay with her.
I can see
I
that.
do, I do.
That's good. I like that.
Right? I'm here for it. Oh man, maybe
Same.
the Demon Lord needs to actually just be a sim that you can interact with.
Oh,
I have a Grim Reaper mod where I can make the Grim Reaper one of the characters and change what they dress, like what they wear.
oh, that would be great.
That would be so fun. That would be so,
Yeah,
so fun.
just do that. Just do that. I love that.
Right?
Hello and welcome to Nanapod, a podcast dedicated to the fantastic manga written by A. Yazawa. I'm Crystal, and I'm joined by my best girl, Kirsten, as we dissect this manga, discussing everything from the emotions, the cultural impact, as well as any headcanons that might be floating around in our brains. With this podcast, we hope to preserve a shoujo staple that sadly hasn't been talked about in a very long time. So come with us. We're waiting for you in apartment 707. Let's see, is this, what are we?
We are on chapter 9 in volume 4.
There we go. That's it. So, um, we open up on thought panels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I mean, like I have some notes. Now, something I don't know if your version has this,
mhm.
um, but mine has a summary of the chapters thus far.
Oh, I mean, in the very beginning, mine's like the story of Nana, and there's like a blurb.
Okay, yeah, I have a page.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
it says Nana Komatsu and Nana Osaki made acquaintances by chance on the train to Tokyo. These two young ladies, opposites, not because of their personalities, but because of their social standings, are reunited by chance, much less destiny. Um, became tenants in the same building. After Nana Komatsu finally finds work to become independent, the boutique where she's working closes. She is left to find something else. Happily, she wastes no time getting hired at a publishing house to occupy herself in various works. Nana immerses herself with work in her work with zeal, which I think is like just such a funny word to choose. Um, around Nana Osaki, all is well. Her friends Nobu and Yasu have reunited in Tokyo, and their ensemble has found a new bassist. Nana's passion for singing is reignited. Next, Shoji, Nanakomatsu's boyfriend, has a tryst with Sachiko, a girl who works in the same restaurant as him and who studies this in the same art program. He has his regrets, but will he decide to confess to Nana? If you want to know the details of this story, volumes 1 through 3 of Nana are at your disposal.
Mine is similar, but uses different verbiage than yours.
You don't get zeal and tryst.
I do not. I get I do not get zeal. I don't even think I had no nowhere no zeal, and I did not get tryst. I got affair.
Oh, okay. I like tryst.
I like tryst too.
It's I don't know. It's just fun. It's like the glitter version of a
It is.
fair. They just made it cute. They put hearts around it and sprinkled it with glitters.
They did, which is fine because Sachiko's super cute, so that
It's super
works fine.
cute, but Tryst is more fun to say than a fair.
It's true.
Yeah, it's more fun to say.
That is true.
Um, I mean, do you have any thoughts going in?
Um, well, I think because I reread this last night,
Mhm.
I have some thoughts kind of about how Hachi kind of is presenting herself. I guess about how she feels about how, she's waiting for Shoji, but he doesn't know she's waiting. And I mean, we'll get into it, but like Nana calls her manipulative.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, and how I'm like, oh, okay, I feel like there's so much in that moment.
yeah. I don't think
And
manipulative is used in mine. I think it's different verbiage.
oh, okay, yeah, she says manipulation in mine.
Okay.
The second thing is, I wonder if this is a demon lord thing, like because Hachi is the priestess.
hmm
Why does she get
hmm
like premonition dream person?
Oh,
What
it's
do you,
because no, it is. It has to be. It has to be. Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, I mean,
I was
just because like she doesn't know doesn't mean we don't know.
I know. I just thought that was interesting. I mean, yeah, that was my thing. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hold up.
You're getting like prophecy kind of like and she doesn't even know. Yeah, has no idea. She's like, well,
There's no idea.
she has no
Yeah.
idea. So I don't know. What about you? Anything?
I mean, essentially, I would say I'm surprised that this isn't in a new volume. That's something that I was really curious about.
Yeah.
Is like, and I like volume three was already pretty long. Let's see, it was one, two, three, four, like 5 chapters.
Hmm.
Um, but like honestly, I think that this particular episode, quote unquote, chapter, kind of like should be in the past one because I feel like this is like a peak point, right? And
Hmm.
it's the completion of the story arc of Shoji, more or less.
No, I get that. Maybe it was like a cliffhanger to get you to get the next one. Like,
Probably. I mean, yeah, in the decision of like, compiling them.
hmm.
Um, Also just the length, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, I feel like it very much, the end of that story arc, the end of that character.
Hmm.
Um, as far as like we're now hitting that point. I don't want to give like too many spoilers.
Right.
Because now I really see going into like Junko's reaction versus what we'll see as Nana's reaction.
Hmm.
Nana has the best friend reaction.
Oh.
Yeah, the wanting to protect, the wanting to, I mean, it's abrasive and aggressive, but it's still, I don't know, the anger
Hmm.
of someone that you love being hurt.
Hmm.
And it's not to say like we've already kind of concluded like how we feel about June's reaction and that it is valid and that it makes sense for who she is, right? And
Yeah.
it makes sense for wanting to be grounded and logical in the assessment and knowing that you really don't have any control.
Yeah.
And also that it's like Kyosuke's best friend and all of that stuff. But like
Hmm.
I guess especially for their age, I appreciate that Nana gets angry.
Hmm.
Um like she wants to protect Hachi.
Oh yeah, that moment. I
Yeah.
actually I actually really like that moment. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Right. And so like that's what I mean though is that's the best friend move.
Yeah, it is.
And June doesn't have that part of wanting to protect Hachi.
That's true.
right? Because she's just like, oh, we don't have, and yeah, you don't have any control. But
Hmm.
like, June even went out of her way to talk to Shoji.
She did.
And like,
See, it hasn't helped.
right. If anything, though, June is the whole reason the Hachis are going to have this experience, which it needs to happen. It's still faded in by design and all of that bullshit. But like,
Hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like June June could have helped hinder it from happening this way,
Hmm.
and she didn't.
No.
So like those are, I guess, some of my thoughts. And yes, the whole prophetic dream thing I think is hilarious.
It is.
I just think it's so like, I don't know, fitting because it's in its own right, like kind of like Hachi like seeping in to not just the future, but Nana's subconscious,
Yeah.
right? Like she's dream walking almost.
Right. Ooh.
And I think that that's like really neat. And like anybody can experience prophetic dreams. Um,
Hmm.
absolutely. But it's just such a weird one for her to have. It's like, well, why couldn't she have it about these other things? Oh, wait, that's actually because she manifested these other things.
This is true.
She magicked them. Like
She did.
but yeah, I guess let's get into it because I
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
want to keep
and
talking and then just give all the spoilers because that's
no,
already happened.
that's true. But
We've been
also,
giving spoilers for weeks.
we have. I feel so bad, but I don't at the same time. But also, trigger warning for this chapter. Um, at least in my translation, there's a
Mhm.
lot of discussion of self-harm, like just casually.
There's a lot of casual or alluding to.
Hmm.
Also, we Shin is in this, and like so we have like the underage prostitution coming up again.
Hmm.
Um, and also like even just as a general blanket, cheating
Yeah.
that could definitely trigger someone, I think.
Hmm.
Because like the whole series like is mature content. So, but
Yeah.
like I guess that's more specific is self-harm, um, and underage prostitution.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
But anyway, so we got the think panels. Um, and I actually don't know who's thinking these. I don't know if it's Hachi or Nana. She just says,
Oh, let me
well,
scroll
it's
down.
yeah, she said, well, it's May already, but it's still so cold at night. It feels a lot like my hometown in the mountains. I thought Tokyo would be a much warmer place, which feels like a double
Um,
entendre.
well, I think that it's Hachi.
Okay.
And the reason I'm gonna say I think it's Hachi is because she's cold.
Okay.
So this
Fair.
seems cold to her. Because like Hachi is from the mountains.
Hmm.
They both kind of are, right?
Yeah.
Let me see if mine says. Yeah, I think it's Hachi because her city
I,
was at the base of this. Her city is at the base of mountains, right? She
I
lives in
think
like quote
so.
unquote like a town, a country town.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna guess that it's Hachi, and we get some adorable Vivienne Westwood walking horseshoes.
Hmm.
I've always wanted a pair. I mean, I have a doll who has a pair.
If
But
live vicariously through your dolls, guys. If you can't buy all the
absolutely,
clothes, just
yeah.
buy accessories for your
Yeah, I
dolls.
mean, yeah, those shoes were like, 50, $60.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah. Uh, but it's better than like 400 or 500 and then not being sure if they'll even fit when you get them.
I guess that's true. That doll's living its best life.
That's life.
So Nana's lighting up a cigarette and she's talking about just Tokyo. And she's like, we're in Tokyo and it feels so country out here. And Hachi's like, yeah, this weather's so weird. One day it's hot like summer, and the next it's back to winter. And Shin, he's just deadpan. The earth's gonna crack. It scares me. I
Yeah,
don't
mine
know.
says, I wonder if the planet will keep becoming worse and worse like this. I'm worried.
Oh no.
He's so
Uh,
cute. He's so
he's
cute.
so cute, but also same Shin. Same.
Right. Same. 20 years later, same.
20 years later, same. Uh,
And
but
then, yeah, but
yeah.
Nana cuts him off and is like, rather, you're the one I'm worried for, Shin. You're running to your loss.
He
And
doesn't
Hachi's
get
over
it.
no, he doesn't. He doesn't.
He's like,
Well,
huh?
yeah, because like it's probably still on her mind and he's over it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, he's over it. He's so
Like he's
so
not
over
even
it.
like, yeah, he's like, that this is normal. My life is normal.
Right.
And
No.
Hachi's over here sneezing.
Okay, like this is a random side tangent. Does anyone actually sneeze when they're cold?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Yeah, if I'm really cold, I sneeze. Because
In
it gets a tickle in your nose when your nose is really cold.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating. My body doesn't do that. It only does that when dust exists.
Okay. 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 Yeah, no. Nose tickle when it's really, really cold.
Oh, okay, cool. I just thought
Mhm,
this was
mhm.
like some, only
Weird.
priestesses of the demon lord sneeze when they are chilly.
Well, maybe then Hachi and I are more alike than I'd like to admit.
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying I don't want you to be a priestess of the demon lord. I would love that for you. I really would.
Right. Right. But what demon lord? That is the question.
That is the question.
The monotheistic demon lord. Got it. So Shin gets a call,
Hmm.
of course,
Yeah.
and it's a lady.
Hmm.
We don't know what lady, just a lady. And he has to go, and he's like, "Oh, I'm in the suburbs." And the lady
Yeah.
offers to like get a car for him, like pay a cab. And so now he's like all excited, and the look on their faces, like Hachi is worried,
Mhm.
and she's got tissue to her nose because she's like sneezing. But Nana is just like, "Excuse me,
Right.
what are you doing, child?"
Yeah, for real, child. What
Like
are you
Finn
doing?
didn't know that he left his parents to like gain two mothers.
Right.
Because like that's essentially what so much of this like portion
Yeah.
is you can even see like their two different like parental styles.
Hmm.
It's like
Yes,
good cop and bad cop.
it is.
I mean, all cops are bad, but um,
Yeah, it's like Nana given like the straight facts and then Hachi's coming in with the soft. Like, no, just like it's just be careful, okay? I love you. Wear condoms. Like make sure you're safe
right. Make sure you're safe, and don't get caught.
and don't get caught.
But yeah, he's like, sorry, but I have an emergency. I'm leaving before you two. You have an emergency? Is it emergency? And like Hachi's like, okay, but she's got the little sweat bead on her forehead, like she's nervous. She's like, all right, be careful. And Nana's like, shit.
Yeah, yeah, she's the facts. Here they come.
Right? Um, your way of living, it's your own choice, but don't do anything that could ruin the reputation of our band. Understood? And Hachi's like, Nana.
Hmm.
Like,
Which
that's not, yeah.
like by the way for like people out there like just put a pin in this
Right?
this moment. Just remember this. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say anything else, but just remember that this happened at the very beginning, and then we'll move on. We'll keep going back to the good cop, bad cop bombs.
Right? Back to the moms.
Back to the bombs.
Um,
Oh, yeah. Hachi like takes Nana aside. Is like, no,
right.
I'm actually
And
kind of interested to know what he said. She says in your version because
yeah,
in mine she's like, you got to be like good, like you can't like push him away. Be gentle because what if he joins a biker gang or something? And I'm like, what does it
right.
say
Yeah.
in yours?
It says Shin is still only 15. Don't be so radical with him. You have to be more maternal. What will we do uh, if to get us mad, he joins a band of Byozokus, which is it is a subculture. Um,
Is it like a biker gang?
yeah, it's a
Okay.
subculture, and they're type like it started out as a type of biker gang in the 50s.
Oh, okay.
But okay, so they're just like okay, so like the image of like the girl biker gang that we usually like we see more often
I think so, yeah.
with like the scooters and the really tall backs and like the
Mm-hmm.
uniforms and they have like bats, you know what I mean? And where like
Yeah.
face masks or headbands and like good hair,
Yes.
right? It's like the male counterpart because they're on bikes and not scooters.
Okay.
But like the outfits are similar.
Is that with the skirts too? Because that could
No,
be
no, no,
kind of
they wear
cool.
pants.
Okay.
I mean, no, some
'Cause-
of them have skirts,
Okay. Yeah.
like robes, you know what I mean? Like long jackets, that type of thing with all
Yeah.
the embroidery, like the gangster
Hmm.
embroidery.
Yeah.
So yeah. And like I just watched the week before last, I watched Kamikaze Girls, and so one of the two girls from that, like she's in a biker gang.
Hmm.
And so it's similar.
Okay.
They are the same. They're just there's usually the girl gang and then there's the boy gang. Yeah. But let's see. It's also Zokusha is another term,
Hmm.
which is like a tribe or a clan of modified classic cars. And so the Bosozuku is the bike version
Oh,
or the scooter
interesting.
version. Yeah. Um, but I think like in a lot of our references, it's going to be like that reference to like Yankees
Mhm. Yeah, I kind of
or like
figured.
yeah, like the Yankee, what's her name from Fruits Basket? And then
Arisa.
like, yeah, and then like Toru's mom,
Yeah.
right? Like that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah,
And
like that.
and and also like June apparently, because
Wait,
apparently
but
June is a
no.
Yankee.
Maybe in junior high before we were introduced to her.
Yeah, true.
Because like we weren't introduced to June in that like type of subculture at all,
No, 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 that's true. Someone
right?
should do a fan art of that, though. Just,
That'd be so cute. That'd be
just
so cute.
saying.
But yeah, so like that's what Hachi says that she's worried will happen is essentially like he'll join like a gang.
Hmm.
Um and Nana's like, but it gives him character, doesn't it? Like I don't know if Shin needs more character.
No, he's fine. Don't worry
He's
about
picking up quite a lot.
it.
And so Hachi's like, say Shin, I don't know why you never go back home, but you've probably gone through difficult things, huh?
He
What
looks
does it
sad.
He is sad. Um, it's the words above Nana are so tiny.
Mm.
Oh, that's where she's asking if this thing still exists. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, she's just like, that's what, yeah.
And so Hachi asks your stepmother question mark and Shin is like, my stepmother? And Nana does her thing where she's like, no, I don't want to hear the truth because my fantasies are all real.
Right? I was thinking that too. I'm like, oh, she's built you a whole world, Shin. Don't
You have a
worry.
whole world that you don't even know exists. She's like, no, don't force yourself to say things that hurt you. And he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's confused.
Oh man. It's
Uh,
no, but it's so great. Like it's such a classic like Nana pose though when she's like thinking about like her fantasy of someone.
I guess it's kind of a freak
No,
out
no.
panel. A little bit of a
Yeah.
shot, take a shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
It's very, yeah, it is that.
well, a
It's
lot of
very,
times when she like cries, it's because of her fantasies and not because of reality. So
that is
valid.
true. It's the whole reason I made up that game. I'm just like, oh, there it is.
Right? Oh my goodness. So she says, Shin, there's only one thing you need to know. And it's like, is there? Is
Is
there?
there?
Because like because what about the whole universe that you made for him? You might need to know about that to even follow along.
That's true.
Um and so she says if you underestimate women, something bad will happen to you. Also, when money is concerned, it's worse.
She's not incorrect.
She's not incorrect. But I mean like she also, I don't know, like which we haven't had a whole lot of Shin character development yet as far as like his job and his interactions. Like that happens way later.
Hmm.
Um, but honestly, for being a kid and in the situation that he's in, he's very mature.
Yeah.
Like, and we've talked kind of about that before because like he's the one who gives Nobu advice. I guess we haven't really gotten into that yet. But
No, but we did mention it like he's
yeah, he's very like emotionally mature.
which
Eh,
is
yeah,
for me, I think I always find that very, very sad because I'm just like, but you should just like be hanging out. But no, you have to like be an adult. And that sucks.
yeah. But I think that like also I also think that it's really beautiful that he's emotionally mature. Um because a lot of people never develop
That's true.
like their emotional IQ.
Hmm.
And so like it's interesting though because I feel like him and Yasu are probably the most emotionally mature out of the characters,
Yeah, I'd say that's true.
right? It honestly,
Yeah.
and maybe Takumi.
Yeah, he's got a different level of maturity. But yeah, no, he had the same thing, like practicality growing up a little too
Yeah,
early, all the
right.
things.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think there is something that comes out of like having to grow up too fast. But not
Hmm.
everybody who grows up too fast develops like empathy,
That's true.
right? Not everybody has that like concoction
Hmm.
of personhood. So that is something I guess even with Shin as a character, we kind of forget his age pretty often. And I think that's also why we're reminded so often of his age.
Hmm.
Because he's a kid, but he's
But
living a
he's,
more adult life than the
yeah.
adults around him.
Hmm. But then he has moments like in the previous panel where he's asking, like, can I take a cab? And he's just like, it's
Well, yeah, he's
there's
still like, yeah, he's, and I think
you
that like
can
his
see
boyish
it.
charm is honestly never going to go anywhere.
I'm so glad, but it is in those moments that, for me at least, I really am like, oh, that kid's 15. You can see the silly, like, wee, and it's like, oh,
Yeah, except like he's
baby.
excited because she's paying him to pay him to
To take a cab.
Like the reason he's excited is a whole nother thing.
It's true. It's just the cuteness of it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
he's so
it
cute.
is
And that,
it's really adorable.
yeah, and that's where I see his youth is in those
Hmm. Oh,
moments when he's
absolutely,
just
because he's still
like,
a kid. He's still a
I
kid.
know.
Absolutely, he's still a kid. Um, so like after she says that, he's like, "I'll be careful," and
Yeah.
then like there's this, and she just like dismisses him, and above her it says courage. Does yours say
Oh,
courage?
no, it says self-control.
Oh yeah, no, mine says courage. And Nana's in the back, just like, God damn it. Like she doesn't say anything. It's just like dot dot dot.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
she's like, okay, well, all right.
right. And then Hachi's like, ah, good. And Nana's like, there's no ah, good. You haven't fixed anything. What's the use of giving him advice? And
Yeah,
Hachi's like,
exactly.
advice?
Right? She's like,
Huh?
no, it
What?
wasn't that. What do you mean?
It was a warning. And so now Nana's like, I'm leaving. I have to work early tomorrow. And Hachi's like, no, she doesn't want her to go. Um, and
Take a shot, freak out, cry.
yeah,
Nana,
it is, yeah, she leaps on her back.
she does. Uh, actually don't know
Um,
how Nana didn't go to the ground with as hard as she like glomped onto her back.
dude, yeah, no, it was like with a force, with a reckoning. Um, but
She's
she
like,
wants
I
her to
don't
stay with
need
her.
me.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
wants her to stay with her, and she's like, I'll get bored all alone here. And it's like, you don't have to be waiting. Like that's
Hmm.
my thought in that. And I'm just like, you don't have to be waiting outside. He said he would come over. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, but Hachi is she's set up something. She has set up some sort of really convoluted reason why she's standing outside.
she's just waiting for him.
It's true, but I guess it's like in the explanation because she's like, well, June said I should try to show him that I care, and Nana's like, okay, well then let's wait in the restaurant, and then Hachi glomps onto her again, take another shot, and she's like, no, that's too obvious. He told me not to wait, so I don't want to look like a weird stalker. And I'm like, but you're his girlfriend? Why would you think you're a stalker? You
Yeah,
can't.
mine's different. Mine's different.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Because she says that June told her to be brave, to show Shoji that she's brave. Um,
I mean, she did. She did tell her that.
yeah. And she says, I'm sure that if he sees that I'm still here, since he told me not to wait for him, it'll have a negative effect. And then Nana says, that's why I'm saying we should go back. See? Huh.
Yeah.
And then she says, I want to make it so he thinks that I left, but then he realizes that in reality, I was waiting for him. It's original and it should touch a man's heart.
Isn't that like
And
really complicated? That's so complicated.
I don't get there's no logic in that.
I know. That's why I'm just like, that doesn't. I'm with
It's
Nana.
weird.
She said in mine, she's like, that's totally stupid. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
she says that's really dumb.
yeah, it is dumb. It's dumb. It doesn't make any sense.
And Hachi's crying
Mm-hmm.
loudly, loudly.
Loudly.
And she says, "You can't understand the heart of a woman in love."
It's not that. It doesn't make any
It
sense.
doesn't make any sense. And Nana's like, no, I don't understand. I hate women that are so calculative.
Yeah, mine says manipulative there, but it's like,
Right.
yeah, it is. It is calculating. It's
Yeah, I
bizarre.
figure, yeah, like, yeah, and yours it says to manipulate, and mine it says calculative. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I personally see it as being calculative also though, because like she hasn't manipulated anything yet.
No, no, but yeah, but she it the calculative makes more sense because she did there was like a whole that was like a whole thing, like a
Dude,
step by
she has like a
step.
whole fantasy plan.
I know. Oh, dang.
And okay, so yeah, we were talking about like being calculative. It's definitely more calculative
Hmm.
because she's got like this weirdo plan.
Yeah, it's weird.
But like, okay, this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying. So we know Hachi has boundaries problems.
Hmm.
This is her not respecting Shoji's boundaries.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that he's doing shady, shady shit on the side.
Hmm.
He doesn't know that yet. He specifically said, I will meet you at your place. Don't wait for me. That's a
Hmm.
boundary.
True.
And she's breaking that.
She is, because she's only thinking about what June told her to do.
And essentially what she wants.
That too.
Because, like, June didn't give her a play by play, she gave her
No.
a broad thing. And June was also wrong, though, in that envision.
Hmm.
She was.
Yeah.
Like, there's no undoing what happened.
Nope.
And honestly, like, why would you want your friend to be okay with that if it's possible?
Hmm.
Right? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's weird advice. It's just weird advice.
It is.
Like, does she want Nana to never know and just for Shoji, like, to be with someone he's not supposed to be with? And for
Uh,
there always to be that lie?
I don't know because we never get into June's head. Who knows
Right.
what she was thinking when she did that?
I think she was just like, I think it was really just a matter of she doesn't want Hachi's heart broken.
Hmm.
Right? And that's it.
It's understandable.
And that is understandable. But at what cost? Right?
We're about to
We're
find
about to
out.
find out.
We're about to find out.
Right? So like Nana says, if you want to wait for Shoji simply because you love him, I'll stay with you.
Hmm.
And Hachi's like, of course, that's the first and most important of the reasons, but then why didn't you say that?
But she's like blushing too.
I know. Like she doesn't
Like,
want she didn't want to admit it.
yeah. I mean, and then Nana tells her not to. She's like, don't make excuses then, little
Oh,
liar.
that's not what she says in mine.
Oh, does she not?
She says, well, in this case, you don't need to add pretexts for that. It's not cute.
Mm.
I mean, valid.
Yeah,
You don't need to come up with excuses,
right.
right? It's not necessary. Just like be honest. Why do you want to be here?
Well,
Um,
so this is kind of like a weird side tangent. So I was talking to my friend Rob years ago. We
mhm.
were discussing like the way in which um some women will do this, like what Hachi's doing, like, oh, well, if I make him think, that I went home, but not really, and all the things. Um, that's like, he's like, for a lot of women, that's like normal.
Yeah,
That's like
it is.
normal for them to do that. And I was like, when was that normal? He's like, oh, it's always been normal. I'm like, I've never been taught how to do that. He's like, really interesting. I'm like, why is that interesting? And he says, because that's what most mothers teach their daughters to do. And I was like,
It's like the idea.
oh,
Well, I would say, I would say a certain portion of our society's mothers teach their daughters to be that way.
yeah. I mean, I would
Um,
agree with that. I just was
it's
interested.
it's
He
the
was
idea of
like,
being submissive.
mhm.
It's a very patriarchal, like whitewashed way for women to be.
But it's so roundabout and, well,
Hmm.
calculative as
Mm, yeah, it's yeah, hyper calculative to
I can't.
be agreeable,
Yeah.
um, to be available,
Hmm.
um, like, and the thing is it's also because, and it wouldn't be taught to so many of a particular demographic. Um,
Well, I didn't get that one.
Right.
I was like, interesting. Tell me more about this.
Um,
And
if
he's
it did,
like,
but it wouldn't be
yeah,
taught. It wouldn't be taught so subtly if it didn't work.
true. I mean,
Right.
I can't say true. I mean, I guess because I don't know because that's not how.
Like there was a whole trend on TikTok a while back from the last Taylor Swift album that came out.
Oh, the
Um,
Midnight's album? Yeah.
I guess. Um, but
Hmm.
like I guess one of the songs, like she's talking about how she was manipulative.
Yeah.
And it started a TikTok trend where all of these women were talking about how they manipulated their husbands into proposing or into dating
Oh,
them, or you know what I mean?
I
It's
don't like
that.
that.
But it's
I
that.
don't like.
But
Mm,
that's what this is.
I don't like that though. I mean,
But that is
yes, that is what this is, but
yeah,
I
I don't like it either,
mm-mm.
right?
No.
But that is also like a weird of being the good wife
Right.
and of like winning the patriarch,
Mm,
right? Like that.
no. Yeah. No, I'm with Nana. Like, do it because you love them, not
Right.
for
Do it because you care, but like that's not like that's not the social part,
mm,
right?
yeah,
And Hachi wants to be the good housewife. She wants to win the breadwinner.
this is true. But she can, I
Uh-huh.
don't know, you can be
Yep.
honest about it.
Right. No, absolutely. Absolutely. But she's 20.
I know.
She's 20. You know, and she's got this idea of how relationships are and what they're supposed to be and what she wants, and it's
Mm-hmm.
very standard.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, she's doing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like thinking in her head, I hate women who are so calculative.
Yeah, she's like replaying what Nana just
Mm-hmm.
said to
Yeah.
her. It's
Yeah, that
like,
statement. That statement.
yeah, now she's got to think about it.
She does. She's really, and then she's sneezing.
Mm-hmm.
And Nana gives her her jacket.
Yeah,
And Hachi freaks out.
she does.
Because she's like, you're gonna get cold, and you know, she's got like a show coming up, and like she needs her precious singing voice.
Mm-hmm.
And Nana's like, compared to the coldness of the city I was born in, Tokyo is the tropics. Where I'm from is a place covered in snow half of the year.
Wow.
And right? And it shocks Hachi. Again,
Mm-hmm.
Nana doesn't talk about herself very much. So
Nope.
every little detail that she shares is new.
Right. I was thinking that too. I'm like, oh, there's another sliver. Put that in your Nana folder in your
Right,
brain.
right, right. Because like she doesn't talk about herself.
No.
Um, and so she's like, so Nana's city of origin is like that. Maybe I'd
Mm-hmm.
like to visit that city where she grew up. And she's like, thanks. It keeps me warm. Um,
And Nana's like, good. That's
right?
good. I'm glad.
It's good. Yeah, it should. It's a coat. It's a coat I was just wearing, so it's warm for my body heat, you know, like eh.
You're right.
And she's like, say, a while ago, Shoji told me he wanted to talk to me, huh? With a
Mm-hmm.
particularly serious expression. I'm so worried that even if I went home, I'd it'd torment me. Sorry to have to force you to stay with me. And then we get Nana's sweet smile.
Mm-hmm.
And Hachi's like weird, sad, forlorn face.
Yeah, yeah.
That always seems to be the combo. Oh
Yeah.
man.
And
I
she
mean,
gives her
yeah.
scarf.
Yeah. She gives her scarf in exchange. So now they each have something of each other's. It's very, very endearing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a moment.
It's a moment. A
So
legit,
now
a legit quiet one too. Like
it
because.
it is. It's endearing. It's
Mm-hmm.
endearing. It's building their friendship.
Yeah.
Um, and then there's thought, think bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to say anything more. For a long time, I listened to the incoherent melody Nana was humming. Nana's expression is pure. I got the feeling that the white snow landscapes suited her much better than this city, from where we can hardly see the stars. I love that. My thoughts
Mm-hmm.
automatically were like, That's very Saturnian. The cold,
Yeah, yeah, for
right?
sure.
Winter, the dead of winter.
Uh,
And then in this panel, in this thought box, Hachi admits that she is very calculative.
hmm
Does she say she's very manipulative in yours?
She does.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. It's so different.
She admits she's a pencil in mine.
She's a
Um,
pencil.
she's a pencil, so or yeah,
She's the
or
hand that
yeah,
moves the pencil.
she's the hand that moves the pencil exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, but maybe she's
yeah.
never thought of it like that before until someone called her out, until like Nana called her out.
I think that that's a lot of it though.
hmm
And that's the dynamic of like Nana and Hachi is Nana kind of like calls Hachi out quite a bit, and
hmm
then Hachi, and that's how she teaches her, and
hmm
Hachi teaches Nana like what it is, like what unconditional love is,
Yeah, and that's so great. I love
right?
that.
That's like their balance is the practicality, um, and it's not that Nana is apathetic because I don't think she's apathetic at all.
No.
Um, I think that it they have different areas where they're concerned and they express that concern very differently.
Mhm.
We saw that with how they mothered Shin.
Yeah,
'Cause they have
it's
very
true.
different parenting styles.
Yes.
Uh, and so the thought bubble says, waiting for Shoji this long without hoping for anything in return. I wasn't pure anymore at this point, but I pretended I was because I didn't want Nana to hate me.
Now, what is that about? I was like thinking about that for probably too long last night. I was just like, you don't think she would just like you
Oh
normally?
no, no, no. I okay, so I read it. I read it particularly to this situation in that she isn't just there because she loves him.
Oh,
Because
mm,
she admits that she's calculative, or in your case, manipulative. So she's
mm.
not pure of thought. Her
Oh,
intentions
okay.
aren't pure. Her intentions aren't purely because she loves him. It is because she wants something.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Hmm. So that's what she doesn't want to admit to Nana.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. Okay, I didn't read it like that, but now I see it. Do you think that that would make Nana not like her if she was honest about
She'd
that?
leave.
Oh, okay,
She was already leaving because that's what she thought was going on.
true.
Right? So I think that also we could ask or pose the question
Oh,
that because it wasn't just that one reason,
mm-hmm.
but that's what she told Nana, that in its own right, she wasn't completely honest with Nana.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that would show.
Mm, true. That's probably why she was blushing because she was kind of fibbing.
Uh-huh. Right. But I think that both things were true.
Mm.
I think she is there because she loves him.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever kind of love that is, that's up for debate. Um,
Yeah, we could. That's a thing.
but she's trying to win him back without
Yeah.
knowing that that's what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like she knows she needs to, because of June's advice, she knows that she needs to step up her game.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know how extreme that is, but she is there to step up
Mm-hmm.
her game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And in a way, she is there to kind of like, I don't like to say it this way, but this goes back to that other point, but she is there kind of to trap him.
Mm. Yeah. That is true,
Because
actually.
like some of that calculated thought could have even been like, I don't want him to like have time to think,
Mm-hmm.
which in a way is gaslighting, right? I don't
Yeah.
want to give him that time to think. And if he walked to my place, he would have time to think before our big talk. So if I intercept that, I might be able to stop the big talk from happening.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not alone with him, then the big talk definitely isn't going to happen.
It's happening either way, but
I know,
yeah.
but like, if that train of thought, like that's how I would think this is being like the undercurrent
Yeah, I think that's yeah, I
of
think that is.
action.
I
Yeah,
think that is what's happening. Yeah.
of being calculative. Because
Yeah.
that is
Oh,
very calculative.
it is. Oh, Hachi, as you
I know.
stumble through relationship.
But like it's also just like not wanting to like, I don't know, wake up to the reality, to see
hmm
things as they actually are.
She's not very good at that.
No, but she's young. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. So then we have a big bam.
hmm
And
It's Shoji.
it's Shoji.
He closed his locker and he's out of here.
Because I'm
He's
leaving before you. Good night.
yeah.
And the other guy's like, you're fast. Okay. I'm just like, what? Then why is that even necessary? Like to show that he's like in a hurry to leave. And then he opens the door and he's looking, and there's Sachiko, and she's like running. And she looks at him and stops, and he's like, da da da, Sachiko. Like, I really wish that the O in her name, they would just like have it be a heart.
Oh yeah.
I think it would suit her. It'd be really cute.
It would be
It would
actually.
be so cute. Um,
Might
and
spoil the
right?
moment a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, just in general, that's the font,
Oh.
where it's just like a little
Oh.
heart for the O.
Oh,
Uh,
I got you. Yeah, no, that would be super cute.
yeah. And he's like, I'm breaking up with my girlfriend, and she doesn't stop running.
No. No, she does not. I don't
She
think she
just keeps running.
I guess she kind of doesn't want to hear it, I don't
But
think.
like also though, this is him doing the same thing that Hachi's doing and being like, can you just respect some fucking boundaries sometimes? Like she does
There
it if she
no.
wanted to talk to you, she would not be running from you.
True. True.
Like she's actually full speed ahead running away.
hmm And
And yeah.
and she's crying. She's also
Oh,
crying.
yeah, she cries a lot.
Yeah, I mean same.
I mean, but
No,
her
for real.
cries are like, I don't know, like it's because she's genuinely hurting.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a Hachi cry. It's like
It's
a
because the demon
pain.
lord manipulated her to exist.
hmm
See, there's a great example. She's the pencil.
She's the pencil. Yes.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, she's bolting for the door and Nana and then Hachi hear a commotion and they're like, "Oh, they closed up. Someone's just left." And Hachi's just like, "Oh, really?" Just kind of poking her head over
Mm-hmm.
and it's Sachiko just bolting out of the building and Shoji's right behind her calling
And
after
yells
her.
Sachiko.
Yeah, and he grabs her by the arm and like
Dude, did
oh,
he like dislocate her arm and we just don't know because she was running really fast and she's really tiny.
it's true, but he also has like long legs, so but he might have. Like that's a
She was full speed
it's,
ahead.
it's true.
She was Thomas the Train engineering it.
She was. He grabs her though, and he hugs her, and Hachi has gone like dead eyes.
Oh
Just
yeah, she's like shocked dead eyes.
mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Um, and there's just a in
Yeah.
a thought box though, not said out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Because now
Just
they just see like this
mm-hmm.
thing. And that's gotta be so shocking, honestly.
Yeah.
Like uh but like Shoji doesn't know. Okay, so this is the weird part. This is the weird part. It is for sure not okay. This is none of this is okay. He shouldn't be doing
mm-hmm.
any of this to begin with. Okay, so it's not about justifying like any of that, right? We know
Mm-hmm.
he's a piece of shit for what he's doing.
Yeah.
Um, and he doesn't know that they're there.
Mm-mm. Because he told Hachi to go home.
He told Hachi to go home. But honestly, I think that this is the only way that she would accept what's happening, to be frank.
Mm. I can see that. Well, also because she doesn't know that Sachiko's real, she would just be like, "Ho ha ha, it's funny, you're breaking up with me for Sachiko."
No, she still doesn't know that Sachiko's real.
Yeah, that's my point. Is that she would think that he was like teasing her. So yeah, I think you're right.
Except they just heard, yeah. Yes, right. Oh, whole nother layer. Um, and so then there's like a what, which I assume this is also like in the thought brain.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fully in her head.
yeah, and Sachiko pushes Shoji off of her,
Mm-hmm.
and then she sees them, and
Mm-hmm.
she's crying and she's running again,
Mm-hmm.
and then she stops
Yeah.
and makes eye contact with Hachi.
Yeah. Yeah, and Hachi's putting things together very slowly.
I think that I think that she's already put it together. I think that she's in shock and like yes, so yes, slowly. I think she's realizing slowly.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's already made the connection.
Yeah, because she's gone like, I
But it's
think
happening fast.
yeah, she's like disassociated, I think.
Yes. Yeah, she's in shock. I mean, it's
Mm,
happening fast and then it's also happening fast in Yazawa time.
true.
And so then there's another thought panel or thought box and it says Sachiko. And like she like flashes back to like Sachiko like crying when she cut her finger saying I'm sorry. Like she's like yeah, she's putting all of these pieces together now.
Mm-hmm.
And we see Shoji's eyes cuz he realizes that the nanas are there.
Yeah.
And then she remembers like she's like that name isn't funny.
Mm.
And Nana says Shoji,
Yeah, she's like the only one who's,
breaking the silence.
yeah, who's like
And she's
so.
standing in front of Hachi,
Mm-hmm.
um, protecting her.
Mm-hmm.
In a yeah, I mean I mean they're standing next to each other on the street or whatever, but the way that the panel is drawn, it's very protected.
Yeah. And then she's very direct
Mm-hmm.
with him.
Uh-huh. Yeah. What the hell are
S-
you doing? Who
Yeah.
is this girl?
And he finally does the decent thing? Question mark?
Right. And like I think that like this part, okay, so there is a pause and I went and rewatched this part in the anime because in the manga time is different obviously, Um and it is different also in the anime, but you can at least get like the conversational like sequences, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of the storytelling and there is a long pause before he admits my girlfriend. Um
Just rip the band-aid off. Just
Yeah, there is a long pause, and he doesn't say it confidently at all.
mm-hmm.
But like, it's like he has to say it, and he
Yeah.
has to say it for Sachiko.
Yeah, who when he says that, like she looks back at him like what? What? Like Nana says what, but
Yeah,
Sachiko's
no,
face is
like
also
that's
what?
that's the big part there because he says it for Sachiko.
Mm-hmm.
And Nana is pissed.
And she's pretty mad.
Her eyes
Yeah.
are so shiny.
True. She's pretty mad. Yeah, she's pretty
And she
mad.
calls him an idiot. And then he's like, "You have two girlfriends there? Then you have two girlfriends then? Yeah, you have a good life."
Such a
And
good life.
right? And in Hachi's head, she's thinking impossible. It's
Yeah.
impossible. And then the quote, "We have to talk." And then she's like, "There is a mistake somewhere." And then she goes back to Sachiko saying, "I'm sorry." And
Mm.
then Shoji, and now she's crying. And he can't do such a thing to me. And then Nana drops her cigarette.
Yeah, she's I love how this is like an immediate reaction for her. Is like that's my girl.
Well,
And
like, and that's the thing. And like she's been joking about like Shoji cheating for Inyazawa time.
like
I
a
don't
few
know,
weeks,
a few
right?
weeks. Yeah, like most of their friendship.
Most of their friendship, yeah.
You know. And so then we have Nana's fist with the Vivian Westwood armor ring on the middle finger.
That would
Uh
have hurt.
Dude, that
That
would have
would
hurt
have,
so bad. That would have like
oh
cut
my
his face
God.
open. Like if she
I
hit
know.
bone, that would have been it.
Yeah.
That would have
Oh
been
man.
it.
And I think that Nana can scrap. I really
Oh,
do think that.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
There's no question about that.
it's true.
Um,
But Shoji, I think he was gonna let it happen.
oh no, he was absolutely just gonna let it happen. Because he knows he deserves it.
It's fair.
Like he's not fighting against any of this
No, he isn't.
because he can't.
Mm-mm.
Because he knows he's wrong. He knows this is fucked up.
He dug himself the hole. He's laying in it, and he's like, I will. You can punch me back into the hole. Like I
Yeah,
calmed out for a second with my honesty
but
about.
like I also live here. Like this is my home now.
I also live here.
This is my home. Come and sit down. It's fine.
Sit down. Don't worry.
But Sachiko runs and is like, stop.
Yeah.
And then
Like
it's Nana crying, like, what? And Sachiko goes to get in between Nana and Shoji.
yeah, and she does, and she's so
She
small, and
does.
she
She's so tiny.
and she manages to, like, wriggle herself in between.
Well, she's really small. I mean,
She's very small. That's true. She's just like, no, don't. And
and yeah, and Shoji's like, Sachiko, leave it. Don't butt
yeah,
in. And then he's like, don't hurt Sachiko. And Nana's like, don't make me mad.
yeah.
I won't be all right as long as I don't break his face. I'm like, fair.
That's fair.
So fair. Um, like I'm not mad.
Right?
I won't be all right if I don't break his face. Like that's it. I have to break his
Right.
face. I have to break his face with my Vivian Westwood ring. Like this has to
Yeah.
happen.
It's gonna hurt,
It's
dude.
gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt so bad. And Sachiko's like, stop. And Nana's like, don't come in between. Or no, Sachi is it Sachiko? Yeah.
No, so like in mine she's
Oh
just like,
yeah, no, it's
don't hurt
Nana.
him. Yeah, and
It's
then
got nothing to do with you.
yeah.
Don't come in between. It's got nothing to do with you. And then Sachiko is like, it's you that has nothing to do with it. And then Nana is like, it's the puzzled like swirl. And
Yeah.
she's like, she's right in her head. Fuck. Like, oh God, she's right. She's right. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with me. And then Sachiko, her tiny little self, she's just she's so tiny. She's like, if you feel like hitting, then hit me. Because I was the one to fall in love with him, even if I knew he had a girlfriend. It
Eh,
was too strong. Nothing could stop me.
but then again, like remember last chapter where she's like thinking of herself completely last? Now she's, I guess, going the opposite direction, but in a
No,
in a not good
no,
way.
no. I mean, at this point, I don't think that I think that it's still the same. But
Well,
I
yeah,
think
no,
because,
that's what I
like,
meant. It's
she
like hit
is
me.
sacrificing herself again.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh no, like it's like
Because,
no,
like, it's still being the sacrificial lamb in both situations.
yeah, and I'm like, Sachiko, no. Like, no.
I won't
Um,
flee anymore. I won't hide anymore. So hit me until you feel satisfied.
oh, Nana's not gonna do that though.
No,
No.
she's not. Because she's not
No.
mad at her.
No.
Nobody should be mad at Sachiko. That is it.
And also she's so tiny.
She's so tiny. And Shoji is just like, oh, he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He doesn't
Mhm.
deserve it. He doesn't deserve it.
No.
But look at her angry little like child face.
I know. She's just like she's bracing herself like, all
Uh-huh.
right, all right.
She's
I've never
not like she is like standing strong too.
yeah, and she's like, I've never been hit in the face before or like ever.
Or like ever because I'm so
So
sweet.
yeah, so I guess I can do And then Nana, she like cracks her
Yeah, she
knuckles.
cracks her knuckles and she's like, "That's very brave of you."
And Sachiko goes rigid. She just turns to stone, just
Uh-huh.
completely is like,
Dread. Yeah. Mine
okay.
says dread.
Dread, mine just says freeze, but both are correct. It's
Yes,
like,
absolutely. And Shoji like puts his hands in front of her face and he's like, "No, please." It's like, "Shoji, shut up."
yeah,
Like,
no,
just Shoji, just shut up. Like, you're not
I
even in this party anymore.
no, that's true. I mean, he was trying to stop it before. He's like, stop, and then he's like, no, no, wait. It's like, no, she's not gonna hit her. She's not gonna hit her. Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, she's not. She's definitely not. She's still pissed, but she's not pissed at her.
No.
And like, what I mean though is like, Shoji, just don't talk. Nothing
uh,
that you have ever done has been good.
it's true.
Like, not when it comes to like people's feelings.
Yeah, and it and Nana could decide if depending on how. Well, then again, Hachi's been saying it the whole time. She's like, wait till he opens his mouth, and it's like, oh yeah, wait
Like,
till he
yeah, she
opens
knows.
his
We all
mouth.
know. We all know. He just needs to not talk.
Just shh, dude. No, don't worry about it. Nana could
Just
decide she still wants to hit you, especially if you talk. Like, don't.
right. That's what I mean, though. Um, and so now Nana yells for Hachiko.
hmm
Why aren't you doing anything? It's your battle. You have to lead it. And she's just like frozen. Like she's
hmm
a deer in the headlights.
Yep. She's not here.
She's not. No. And Nana just keeps going. If you don't fight, you'll lose. Isn't he your boyfriend? Get him back. See, like, and no, don't get
No.
him back.
Well, no, no, I mean that too, but and she does like shake her head and like like I
Yeah,
saw. I mean, we don't like see it, but like the way we see it, I see it as a
yeah,
very stilted like,
yep,
and just
mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm,
I'm not here, can't. Mm-mm.
yep, no, mm-mm, yeah, yeah. And then she says, I don't want him.
That's okay.
It is okay. But like the look on Nana's face, like the thing is though, is like this is why I'm saying this is the only reason, like this is or not the only reason, the only way that
hmm
Hachi would ever accept them breaking up.
True.
And I think that that's why Nana is shocked, is because the way that Hachi describes them,
hmm
the way that Hachi describes Shoji, is in the fantasy.
So so Nana didn't realize it was like a fantasy until like that moment.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I think that Nana is shocked that Hachi doesn't want him back, that Hachi wouldn't fight for him. I think that that's what Nana expects. I think that that's also what June expects because of the way that Hachi talks about wanting to be with Shoji. Because
hmm
they're listening.
True. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but it's also like it's fine.
Yeah,
It well, because Sachiko and Shoji are better
they are better suited.
suited,
Right.
and Hachi didn't really know what she wanted anyway. Not
No, but like
really.
that's not what she was telling people.
No, it wasn't.
And that's the thing. And like I think that Nana's shock is like, oh, like I think that it's also
It was a
it's
sandcastle.
out of
Easy.
it's yeah, and it seems out of character for Hachi.
Mm,
And it's sinking in that like she's actually heartbroken over this.
hmm
And and I think that Nana kind of also expected Hachi to be angry.
I think that'll come later.
Oh yeah. And so Hachi says, I don't even want to see his face anymore. And then it's Nana's look of understanding, like, yeah,
Yeah, like,
okay.
okay. All right, let's just go home.
Right, because like honestly, um, if I try to remember the first time I read it, Hachi saying that she doesn't want him also shocked me.
Really?
Well, because she wanted him so bad. She
Huh.
got a job to buy them a pavilion.
True.
And like, I do see Hachi as the type of girl that would still be with someone who cheated on her. Cough, cough.
Hmm.
Um, you know,
Yeah.
and also Mr. Asano.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like processing that actually it didn't. Well, I've said in the very beginning of like the episodes of this podcast that like I do a lot of self-projection onto the characters that I read. So
Mhm.
her just being like, I don't want him. I'm like, absolutely.
Oh
Like,
no, I think that that's the correct answer.
yeah, I just no, I didn't even think of it like that. I was just like, yeah, exactly. That's it. It's over. Bye-bye. Like, mm-mm.
Yeah, I think it's out of character.
Interesting. I
But
did not think of it like that.
I think it's also because she does love Shoji.
In her way, in her weird
Yeah, but
little way.
she doesn't love him the way that she loved Mr. Asano.
True.
Like I would say that this is her first actual like boyfriend love. Because it's
Yeah.
her first relationship, her first real relationship. Mr. Asano doesn't count.
No. That guy was already married.
Exactly. Um and I think oh, now that we're thinking about it, that could be why she also like maybe thought that it was okay not to see Shoji as much.
Oh yeah,
Because
she
like her
did.
first experience was like what, once a month or some shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of
Yeah.
times.
Right.
Hmm.
Exactly. So, you know,
This is totally normal.
yeah. God. Now we're in the thought boxes. I wasn't able to act maturely. Does
Hmm.
it say maturely in yours?
Um, Mine says I
Okay.
wasn't capable of forgiving betrayal.
See, I prefer that in this instance because I wasn't able to act maturely to the point of forgiving treason. I think that how she is acting is actually more mature than
Fair.
forgiving him.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Saying I don't want him, not wanting to talk to him about this, I think that that is a beautiful boundary and maybe the first real boundary we've ever seen Hachi set.
True. She doesn't
Um,
she doesn't have a lot, but
no, but like I would think, even based on personal lived experience, that it's less mature to try to fight. That
hmm
it's less mature to even try to fight your own feelings to forgive that thing.
hmm
In the way that this is being referenced of forgiveness is trying to fight for him.
hmm
And I think that that's less mature than walking away
Yeah.
because
I'm
it's an act of self-love.
Yeah, I am glad she walked away. For Shoji too. Like,
Absolutely.
it's like go be happy.
He did
Go.
it wrong. He did it wrong, but he still deserves to be happy.
Yeah.
Like even his best friend, even Kyosuke and Junko, they're just like this is not like him at all to cheat.
Mhm.
Like it's so out of character to cheat.
Mhm.
It must actually be something,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Um, yeah. So, good riddance. We have better fish in the sea
We do.
for Hachi.
For
Because I think
Hachi.
he's great for Sachiko.
Oh, yeah. Like be together.
Mm-hmm.
Be lovely together. Go be happy.
Right?
Hachi,
Um,
it's time for a new lesson.
oh god, so many. It's
So
only the
many.
beginning.
I know. But
Poor
you know.
Hachi. Poor Hachi.
She didn't realize she
Oh,
signed up for this course, but
oh my goodness. Well, I mean, the Demon Lord does give her everything she wants.
this is true.
It's just how it ends up happening, maybe. You don't
Mm-hmm.
if you're okay, kids, here is a Magic 101 lesson. Make sure always make sure to include all of the details in your wishes.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. Because any stone unturned will be the stone that is difficult to move.
Mm-hmm. This is
Who
true. This is facts,
knew that
guys.
Nana would be like, but we would take Nana now to like this point where it's just like, and magic is included. Not only are we
Ah,
discussing a podcast, we're giving lessons.
it's true. No, it's very, very
It's so
true.
true. It's so true. The point is that even I think that a part of us, even when we reflect back on like our memories of like past sequences, we still have the impression of thought,
Mhm.
and we don't really take into account our growth sometimes.
No. Mm-mm.
And especially like when we think of things when we were teens, and you know, it might have felt weird to do things that are adult-esque because it's not expected of us to do that. And so we just think that it was like a dumb teenager move, but sometimes it never was.
Right.
But once we have that idea that it was that thing, then we stick with that thing until we get an outside perspective.
True.
So yeah, I think that's really valid. And I think that that's one of these situations. And like it makes me wonder if these thought boxes are I don't think that they're a past reflection.
Oh, they're like current reflection.
Yeah, because like a lot of times they're past, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it is past because it's in a past tense,
It
but
is in a past tense.
how far past? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it is like her grown up, like telling that story. Um, she's wrong and she needs to give herself more credit.
Mm. Well, it's also the think boxes. Maybe she's
Yeah,
not bouncing it off of anyone. She's just like,
right.
oh
Because
yeah,
she's just
that
telling the
moment.
story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So often I think that it's Hachi just telling the story.
Oh, interesting. I always think because Hachi's so internalized with everything that she's just like staring out a window, just like remembering these moments with perfect clarity and being like,
Right.
oh,
Right. And that's the story being
right.
told.
Mm.
Right? It doesn't matter if she's like, I don't mean like she's writing the story, but I mean it's from her point of view that
Mm-hmm.
the story's being told. These are her memories.
Yeah.
Hmm. So they leave, and Nana is kind of dragging her.
Yeah.
And it says, I've lost.
Mm-hmm. I think this walk in this next panel, this
Hmm.
night walk back home,
Yeah.
it feels, I know that she's crying, but I don't think she's making sounds. I think
No,
it's just
she's
like,
like silently weeping.
yeah, it's like a silent walk back home.
It is
There's
a
no
very
sound.
quiet, very numbing, very ominous walk. It
Mm-hmm.
is the walk of heartbreak
Yeah.
with your best friend holding you up.
So sad.
Think about if Nana wasn't there.
I don't want to think about that. I don't.
Exactly. Like, how bad
Huh.
would that be?
It would be so. It
She
would.
wouldn't have made it home.
Nope. Mm-mm.
I really don't think she would have made it home.
No. Well, she was. Yeah, she wasn't like present in her own body for most of that exchange. So
Yeah.
she.
Yeah.
Well, she did say in the last chapter, she's like, I probably would have like thrown myself into the river. It's like maybe.
But at the same time, the Demon Lord would have taken care of her because think about when she got lost in Tokyo and Mr. Asano was there.
Oh, that's true.
So, like, we have to remember that Hachi is charmed.
That is true. That is so true.
Oh my goodness. So now they are cuddled up in Hachi's bed with the trap nest poster above them.
Yeah,
And
and Nana's just like
Nana's
holding
holding
her.
her.
And she's like asleep, just, sad, sad
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah. Very, very sad. Oh my goodness. Okay, so during one of my deep dives, I found an interview with Ayazawa, right? And she was talking about how the two Nanas, and she was like, Hachi is the relatable character, and Nana is more of the character that like you look up to or that you don't know and you find fascinating. And I'm like, but Nana's more relatable.
Mm.
But like that's how she describes them. Is there are more readers that find Hachi the relatable one.
Yeah, no, I can see that
And
for sure.
I'm like, yeah, there are parts of Hachi that are definitely relatable because it's very much like coming of age.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, when it comes to their lives,
Mm-hmm.
like Nana's way more relatable for me.
Yeah. Well, like I said in like the beginning parts of the podcast, like most of the girls in my life, most of my girlfriends are Nana and they have the Nana situations. And I know that I have the Hachi situation. Um, so yeah, I'm just like both are relatable.
Right.
Because one of them
But
has
yeah,
been continuous.
yeah, she just said that like Hachi is the relatable character
Yeah.
for readers, and I'm like, huh, okay, kind of.
You're like you're like sure, I guess.
Right? And
Um
like Nana's like the cool friend
yeah.
that
I
like
mean,
people aren't relatable. Like she's designed not to be relatable.
that's see that is interesting to me. Huh. I would think it would be more weird if like no one who read this manga had never had a Nana in their life. I would think that was strange. Be like,
Right, but
really?
like I think that the intention though is that the life that Nana has lived is more of a
Mhm.
minority experience.
But it's
And
not.
I don't mean like in any kind of like I don't know. Like I mean it just like very general, like as a human experience.
No, I mean, I get that. No, I get,
Like
yeah.
there are many more girls who grew up in the suburbs who had, even if it was a broken home, it was still like somewhat stable or normal.
Mm, mm.
Then there are girls who were just like pushed off and by like family or whatever, you know what I mean, like that type of experience. And then also within the personality typing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, that is weird because again, having so many women in my life that have the Nana thing, I think that's interesting that they're like, this is the minority. I'm like, it's not, but
But
that's
like
my lived experience.
even in like how you mentioned earlier, like your friend had said that like a lot of women do what Hachi is doing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
it's true.
Right.
But I never hung out with those kinds of women.
No,
I guess.
that's but like this is your personal experience opposed to a general social
Ah,
experience.
yeah, it's true.
Right.
I don't know. I just
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
mm, that's interesting, huh? I'm here to tell
Um,
you that it's not. There's more women with the Nana thing in my lived
in your
experience.
lived experience.
In my lived experience, there are more Nanas than there are Hachis.
Yeah, because I would say that Hachi is actually like a normal girl.
She is. She's a very
Mm-hmm.
normal girl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, sad walk, sleeping,
Sleeping. And then
and
it's
then
the
it's
next
morning.
day.
It's morning, and we have the sunlight onto the table. Um, and it says the day after, like a sick person, unable to wake up, I stayed in bed all day to think of nothing, even if I had to change ideas. I couldn't find the strength to do anything, and I kept dreaming of Shoshi.
Mm-hmm.
And then the doorbell rings, and she goes to answer it. Yes, who's there? And it's
Who's
Ren.
there? It's
And it's
Ren!
Ren at the door. And then she freaks out and she wakes herself up because the door is actually ringing.
Yeah.
Um, and she fell asleep listening to Trap Nest.
Mm-hmm.
So there's our, yeah, prophetic also, like she kind of induced the prophecy.
I mean, a little, but
She
so she's
doesn't realize that the demon lord is teaching her,
no, this is true because she has this entire discourse about like, why would I dream of Ren? It's like, yeah, why would you dream of Ren?
right?
You think he's scary. Like in the previous comic, she's
Right.
like the scary one.
Oh man. Even in a state of such apathy, I dream of a celebrity. Oh me. But why Ren? I would have preferred if it was Takumi. Like very solemn face when she thinks
Yeah.
that part.
Yeah, she's like,
Like
why the
jeez.
scary one? I want Takumi, the pretty one. But someone's really knocking at the door,
Uh-huh.
so she's
Yeah.
got to get up.
Yeah. And so
And
I think that she also like just runs
yeah,
because no, but she's also thinking to herself, is it Takumi?
yeah.
Yes, yes. Or Nuki or Reira. I'm
She,
coming. And it's June.
it's June.
And June is crying and she's like, you're still alive.
Yeah. And then she hugs her, and then yeah, Hachi's like, "Oh, it's
Oh, it's
just you.
June.
It's just you." And June's kind of
She's
like,
so disappointed.
she is.
Ah,
She was living
oh
her
man.
fantasy again. She thought it was
Right?
definitely going to be a Trapnest member, not just
I
June.
mean, fair.
That's fair.
She lives a very charmed life.
She does.
Anything is possible in Hachi's world. Um, so June says that's so you. I kept ringing and ringing again, and you weren't opening. I really thought you had opened your veins with a razor blade.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it says in yours too?
Close enough. But yeah,
Okay.
she's like, I was scared you slit your wrists with a razor blade. So yeah, same.
Okay.
It's same.
Okay. Um, and June's like, "Don't worry about me. I even imagined the scene. Lots of blood everywhere." And Hachi's like, "My veins?"
Yeah, she's very
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah, you're kind of a drama queen.
Yeah. And then I don't know if she thinks this in yours, but she's like, well, it might be better than jumping. And I'm like, Hachi,
What?
Hachi. Yeah. Does it not say that in yours? Oh man,
Oh
it
no,
got,
mine does not say that. It says open my veins with a razor blade. Maybe it's better than drowning.
yeah, mine's like,
Which I
she's like,
guess
yeah, she's like
if you
slitting
jump
my wrists. Might be
if you
better
jump
than
off a
jumping.
bridge, it depends on depends like
Just discuss the logistics of where we're jumping.
it would have to be a really tall bridge to die before impact unless like a giant bird hit you or a plane.
A bird? Like how big of
Or
a
like it would
bird?
have to be like a really tall so that the impact of the water is what got you
Right. Kirsten,
before
how
you
big of a
drowned.
bird?
I mean like a thunderbird, like a really big bird.
I'm sorry, you said that and all of a sudden it was the Thunderbird from Fantastic Beasts. Just popped into my head.
Fair.
And just caca, and that
I
was
mean,
it.
thunderbird eggs are really big, so you know,
True.
yeah. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, sorry about the dark humor, guys.
well,
Sorry.
like, but like I'm like stuck on this drowning thing, and I'm like, but then yours doesn't say drowning, and it's like, well, jumping, and jumping on what?
Yeah, no, she doesn't say on what. Just she just says
A
jumping.
trampoline?
Yeah, a
Yeah,
trampoline.
that can get you too. It can. It can get you.
It can if you land the wrong way.
Oh God.
But she's charmed. She would land
She's
no
charmed.
other
It's
way.
fine. I mean, even if she jumped off, she would like. It's like in that scene in Matilda when the one girl gets thrown over the
Yeah,
fence, you know, and then like the magic like picks her up and she just slides through wildflowers. That's what would happen.
that is exactly what would happen.
That's it,
Hachi's
right?
charmed life.
Why isn't there a side comic of Hachi's charmed life? Oh my goodness! Somebody get on that.
Yeah, somebody. I can't remember how to say it. Did Gioji? It starts with a D. It's fan manga.
Oh, I don't know.
Diojuji. I'm not saying that right.
Hold
Somebody
on.
tell me how
I'm
to
a.
pronounce that.
Let me Google. Let me Google. Okay.
I think it's because my whole life since I read the word, my brain has always drawn, just Juji, and I'm like, that's not it. But it does. My brain does that every time I read that word because I don't know how to pronounce it, and I'm eternally sorry for that.
I'm not finding it. It just says like fan comics. Oh, there we
Oh,
go. Uh, do
yeah, that's the word.
Dujinshi, maybe.
Yes. So Hachi's here sitting at the table, just telling June, like, oh, like Nana must have called you. How sweet. And June's like, what? And she's like, she's probably worried that I'd been alone all day. And June's like, no, no. Nana's not that kind of a girl. She's not that considerate. Shoji is the one who
She's
told
so
me.
jealous.
Really? You think that's jealousy?
She says, hold on. If she says she's not considerate, hold on. Let's see. Good intentions. Ah, that Nana, huh? See, today she's working all day and leaving me alone. She was worried for me. No, your roommate isn't such a caring person. I'm like, no, but she is caring.
Mhm.
She is caring. It's just, did June and Nana even talk?
No, she met her like once. I think she's just like going off her punk rocker style. Like, ah, yes. She's,
Assumptions.
yeah, she's assuming.
But yeah, Shoji called June. I guess
Mm-hmm.
like that's like the best olive branch that he has possibly to offer.
I mean, I don't think that it's bad that he
But
did that.
I don't think that June needed to add because he's worried about you. She could have left that out.
But she didn't.
I know, because she's not as wise as she pretends to be. Because she
She's
also has a big mouth. It's just a different kind of big mouth.
she's been making some choices in the past in the past few chapters.
I know, not good ones. I mean, she's got to learn too. She's also only 20. We have to stop treating
Yeah.
her like she's 35.
It's because she feels so much older.
She is, because she's stoic.
Yeah.
Except for when she freaks out.
True.
Kyosuke is way more stoic.
Yeah.
But Yasu is the king of stoicism.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
The king of stoicism.
He
As
really
they
is, and I
say.
miss him.
He'll come back.
I know. He doesn't like to have a character role, remember?
Oh, that's right. He's like, no,
He'd
I don't want to
rather
be
not
broken
be
up.
involved. Fair. It is a girl drama.
True.
I mean, there's that part. But yeah, June totally could have left out because he's worried about her. She could have left that out. And then Hachi's like, he's worried. If he can't come by himself, I don't need him to worry about me.
Now she's mad. Now she's mad.
Oh yeah. Well, like she's still sad mad. Like I would say this isn't full anger yet.
Isn't okay, so honestly, true story. When I am angry, like just
I cry. I'm a crier
yeah,
and
I'm a
and then I
crier.
get more angry because I'm crying. And I
Yeah,
don't want to be crying.
exactly. No, exactly. Same. I'm just like, I want Yasu's stoicism and to be able to yell at somebody without crying when I'm furious.
Uh,
But I don't have that
Nathan
magic.
does. I
So
hate it.
does
It
so
used to
does
piss me off.
mine.
No, but it pissed me off so much because I'm like, I want you to be angry too. How can I make you angry?
No, Nate can do it too. I tell him I'm like I wish I had that gift because he
Moons,
oh
Capricorn moons.
yeah, yeah.
Capricorn moons
Mm-hmm.
all the way. But the turmoil inside.
Oh,
Ugh.
I know. Oh, I know. But just the ability to hold the face together. That's
Right,
all I
because they're
want.
holding it all inside.
Mm-hmm. I just want
Because
that.
they can't emote it.
Because if you cry, you're cracking. I must not be cracking. I gotta make my point without like hiccuping.
I like to be able to choose when I cry. You know, like
Yeah.
in the shower, like, oh, it's time to cry. I need a good cry. Let's go do this. Mm-hmm. It's
Oh, you
preferred. An angry crier. That pisses me off. It's just not okay. Because then like I'm crying and then I'm mad that I'm crying on top of being mad.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
So
keep it
anyway,
together.
June looks like she's gonna cry now. Uh
Mm-hmm.
but Nana is crying and angry crying, kind of. I think she's still in like grief cry. She hasn't hit anger yet in her grief cycle. Um
Mm. I guess
and
I thought it was because of all the yelling. She's gonna be doing a lot of
and
yelling.
June, yes, she will. then we'll get to the anger, right?
Mhm.
But June admits she's like, I'm stupid telling you this. Like she apologizes. And it's like, bitch, can you just start thinking before you talk? Like you're taking on some shoji qualities. We're getting rid of shoji and you're adopting the things.
20-year-olds.
But Nana, I think that for shoji too, it's hard, don't you think? How dare her?
Mm.
It is not the time or place, June.
No, that was.
It's not the time or place, right? And now Nana or Hachi yells at her, June, you're defending shoji?
Yeah.
And June's like, no, not particularly. Shoji betrayed me, is what Hachi says back. I was being
Mhm.
cheated on by this guy from the beginning. And June is like, no, not from the beginning. Stop
Yeah.
saying you were being cheated on. I'm sorry, June. This is not the time.
No. I mean, she was right to correct her and be like, not since
Not
day one,
right
dude.
now.
Mm-hmm. Well, not right now.
She's digging a hole. And she's like, see, you're defending him. And she is. That's the whole point, right? Okay, sure. She could say not the whole time.
Yeah.
Like not from the beginning. She could say that. She could just be like, well, it hasn't always been happening, like this is new. But then she also needs to explain herself because she fucking knew.
Yeah, that's true. And she doesn't.
And now June, yes, maybe, as in she's defending him. Because to me, Shoji is a friend who means so much as you do. I can't always be on your side. I'm wondering about this habit you have of constantly being the victim. It's not the fucking time, June. Like, this isn't the time.
Mm-mm. She's not wrong, but you're right. Timing, not the greatest.
She's not wrong.
Yeah.
The time for that conversation.
Mm-mm.
Like, did she show up to, like, lecture her on how she needs to handle being cheated on and finding out in a manner that she did? And why isn't June just, like, apologizing for not. She's not even admitting that she knew.
No, she never gives that up.
Mm-hmm. And Hachi says this time it's true. Or does June
Mm-hmm.
say that? Is
I
June
think
still
it's
talking?
June.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
June.
June's still talking.
Shoji was the wrong one by dating another girl without telling you. But before that, I think you were wrong too, Nana. Now's not the time. She had so much opportunity to tell her this shit.
Yeah, but she didn't.
Um, and Nana's thinking to herself, I know very well all of this. And
Mm-hmm.
Nana says, but I do my best as well, June. I found a job to become independent. And June says, yes, but that's your problem, right? You've always been like this, only thinking of yourself, and you don't think about Shoji enough.
Mm-hmm.
Love, too. It's a story between two human beings. It's not the time, like, that's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
She's had plenty of time before this actually happened. Before Shoji even cheated on Hachi. She had time.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, you know how we were talking about how we just think about characters even when they're not in front of us or when
Mm-hmm.
the story's over? Maybe maybe June like went in with like an idea and then this happened and then like on the walk home she was like, shit. You know, I think I messed up. Probably just gonna think about this moment like later and being like, could have handled that so much better, but I didn't, and that was wrong of me.
Right. I mean, I just think it's just the wrong fucking time.
Yeah, it's not the best time. Although I thought it was interesting that she was kind of like reading like everything you've kind of been saying about Hachi up until like this point. She's like reading her ass about it, and I didn't even really
Yeah, but
think
it's
like wrong time,
time,
wrong time.
right? It's just the wrong time.
It's the
Like
wrong
all
time.
Holly needs right now is for her friend to show up and to be there.
Yeah, like, are you okay?
Like,
Type of
oh,
thing.
you
Like,
didn't kill yourself. Cool. Let me tell you all your problems. So she keeps going, and she's like, so if you can't think of the other, it's possible that it won't work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, but we know, but like, it's just,
This is probably why for the next, what, like 6 hours, Hachi just stays in the same
yeah,
spot.
she doesn't move. Like now she's defeated
Yeah.
because it's not even a matter of, I don't think that she would have ever made June pick sides.
I hope not, but I
I
don't
don't, I
know.
don't, I don't think she would. I don't think she would. Um, but it's not the time to be like, you play the victim.
Mm.
It's not, because she is the victim in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so essentially what June just did was gaslight her
Yeah. Without even realizing it.
without even realizing it.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't need that right now.
Mm-mm.
That's a conversation for another time. And if she really wants to have that conversation, like there are better ways to do it where it's not in reference to literally being cheated on. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe if you have to have this conversation now, you could have it later, not 12 hours after,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
It's
not
a,
showing up as if you're concerned and then turning the table
yeah.
and essentially blaming Hachi. It is Hachi's
Maybe.
fault, but
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, I know time and place. Maybe this is like a one of those glimpses into like a real life situation kind of things, because I can see someone actually showing up and doing this and not realizing that they're just making it worse.
oh, I probably would.
Oh.
But that's also because like I can't read the things.
Oh, the social bits?
I don't get the social bits. I don't understand.
Fair.
So, I mean, there's that. But like, I
Would
don't
it
know.
help someone told you the social bits?
Yes, it does
Okay.
help.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Like if I'm not reading the social cues very well and it's obvious that I'm just like not following along because the logic isn't there, then yeah, telling me, "Hey, this is what's happening." It's very helpful. As long as I'm not infantilized in the process, we're good. Um,
That's fair.
because that's
That's
totally fucking happened. It pisses me off.
mm-hmm.
Um, but but yeah, it's just not the time, June. That's all. I'm just really stuck on that. Like it's just rubbing me the wrong way. Um,
Fair.
like it's just she had such a big hand in it,
Mm.
and she didn't need to.
No.
And because she chose to, she could have also been a friend to Hachi, and not just a friend to Shoji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So yeah, anyway, Hachi is just sitting, like Nana gets home from work and Hachi hasn't moved. The coffee cup is still on the table.
Yeah, it's dark
And
outside.
she's sitting in the dark.
Yeah.
Um, like she sat there all day and Nana's like, you could at least turn on the light. And so she's like, Nana, good night. Oh no, it's already this late. And you're probably hungry, right? Sorry, today I haven't prepared anything for dinner. She's like panic mode. And Nana's like, I was expecting it, so I brought warm bento.
Mm,
Uh,
yum.
yep, come, we're gonna eat. You're happy to the point of crying? Yes, she is, because like she was just like torn to smithereens and
Mhm.
hasn't moved.
Hasn't
And
moved. Has
someone
not
is
eaten.
like no, but she's like a little puppy that was like told to go to her room and then left in the outside cold,
That's true.
abandoned, not knowing when anybody was going to come and save her.
It's true. And
Speaking of victim, but like she deserves it right now. She deserves the pets and the loves right now.
this is true. Also, this is the second time that Nana's been like, "It is okay. I have brought food for you, or I have made food for you.
Let's go. Like
Everything is all right."
Yeah, but that's also how Nana kind of shows love is by taking care.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's just
Yeah.
it's interesting, especially because June is just,
Oh,
calls her
yeah.
inconsiderate. And I'm like,
Dude, like
hmm.
showed up, made sure she wasn't dead, and then told her her feelings were invalid because she plays the victim,
I
and
should make
then
like
left.
I should make like a TikTok and just be like, all right, I am June. Step one, show up, make friend sure friend doesn't die. Step two, gaslight them. Step three, leave.
Dude, no, but legit, that's what happened.
I know.
And like, I love June, and I'm like, why are you being a bitch?
I don't know. She's been making some choices.
Been making some choices.
Maybe she's going through some stuff and
She
we
might
don't
be.
know
We
about.
don't know about June's world.
True.
We don't. We
It's
don't
true.
know. Yeah. We don't know about her inner workings. We only know about her association with the main characters.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Um, so Hachi's like, I often thought of it, but you're Eric, you're egocentric, but you can be so caring, Nana.
Nana's face is like, what? What are you talking about?
That's compassion? Question mark. What do you mean by your egocentric butt? Oh God.
Oh, she's had a day, Nana. Don't worry about it.
Right?
Like,
Well, and now she's like freaking out. She's like, but me, during that time, all I did was think of me. And I didn't think that when you'd be back, you'd be hungry.
yeah.
Oh,
Nana's
poor girl.
like, yeah. Nana's like, you don't have to um do that because if you
Right.
thought about me all the time, that's kind of creepy.
Right? Yeah. She'd be scared. She'd be scared. Um, but like this freak out though has to do with what June was telling her, obviously. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like,
Yeah, because she does the repeaty thing, like that she does
uh-huh. She
before.
gets
She's
stuck in her head.
Yeah, and then she's just like, friendships are about two people interacting. I'm like, that's literally what June told you. You're like
Mm-hmm.
regurgitating again.
Yeah, but that's also how she learns.
I know. And I mean, again, I also regurgitate. I do the thing when I get new information, and I'm like, I do the same thing. It's just interesting that Hachi does it literally like 6 hours later. I usually do it a
Right.
couple days later.
Right. Yeah, and that's fair too. You know, you gotta process.
She's
Um,
like she's like a word processor. She's like a computer. You put in the thing.
right, but like Nana's confused, and she's Hachi's like, I'll at least make some tea, and Nana is confused. There's a big question mark. She looks perplexed, and she's like, "What's with you saying such obvious things?" By the way, you
Right?
got a by the way, you got a letter from Natsuko. It was in the mailbox downstairs,
hmm
and her mother wrote her a letter. It's like, what
Okay.
is this though?
Do you think her mom's still mad? I
I
just
mean,
I was thinking about that when I was like reading it because she gives her the letter. She's like, "Oh, mom, what's going on? I wonder what happened." And yeah, Nana's just like, your mom must have like a sixth sense. When you're in a bind, she always comes through. What her mother's for, and then she leaves to go to the bathroom. And Nana's just like looking at the letter, and then she opens it up, and the letter that's in there is very like, registered letter came for you. You should at least change your mailing address.
uh-huh.
And I'm like, is she still mad?
Yeah. Yeah. That grudge is thick.
Dang.
Absolutely she's still mad. Of
She's
course she
upset.
is.
She's like, that's it. No motherly comfort.
No. No, she's of course she's mad. Her daughter left with a note and ran away to Tokyo.
This is like a backhanded, I will also give you a note with the,
And then I sent her marriage money and she's not getting married.
oh no, no, she's not.
Definitely. Well,
Not getting married now.
not yet.
True.
Even if she comes, she says, even if she asked me to come back now, I'll probably hesitate. It's like that's not the thing. That's not the thing.
Really? Is that, oh, that's
That's what mine
different.
says. Yeah, that's what mine
Mine's,
says.
oh no, mine says, if she told me to come home, I'd do it in a second.
Yeah, no, she says she'd probably hesitate.
Mm.
And then it's the, let's see, you could at least have changed the letter destination for this recommendation we received at home. Uh-huh.
Recommending you this letter.
Right? And she's like, that's all?
Hmm.
And what of the comforting words? Question mark.
Like she
What?
knows what just
And
happened
she's
to
like,
you.
what's this recommendation? She's even sending me, let's see, she's even sending me an economics? There isn't any sense to it. And she looks at it and she screams, "We know what it is."
We know what it is.
And Nana's freaking out. Hachi screams and Nana's like, "What? What is it, Hachiko? Are you okay? Don't give up."
Yeah. She's trying to open up the letter and
Because she knows
she
what it is.
yeah, but she's like it won't open. And then she just says scissors.
Scissors. Right?
And Nana's like,
Huh?
"What?"
What's wrong?
Like what do you and also scissors?
And then she's like, "Where did I put them? Oh, a razor. A razor should do the thing." And she pulls out a razor, and Nana opens the door and is like freaking out, running after her. She's like, "Not so fast! Shoji isn't the only guy in the world."
Yeah, she was oh, poor
And
Nana. She
Ha-
thought.
Hachi's like, "I know that, but I've just received seats." And then it's a stop, and it's a huh.
Mhm.
Scissors, the razor.
The scissors, the razor, I'll get a razor. And yeah, she's
Oh God.
it's just
Good.
it's just to
I
open up
mean,
her mail, not for
right?
her wrists.
But she's so dramatic that
True.
I would think the same thing.
It's true.
And so Hachi's like, "Seats for the Trap Nest concert. I bought 2 tickets. Are you coming
Mhm.
with me?"
Yeah.
Like she's
Little
suddenly like, "Ah."
it's like the memory I think it's a memory that Nana's having of the first time she was like, "Oh, you want to go
Oh, that is. She's holding the poster and has a little
Yeah.
headband on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and so she's looking at them and she's like, "Nana, even if life is sometimes hard, there are good things in store. Demon Lord.
Demon Lord.
Harmed life."
Charmed. He's like, "Oh, you're sad. You're sad. Here, let me fix that."
No, but for real.
Yeah.
Like, and then she's like, "Seats are in the first row."
Oh, and we have a timestamp for
We
when
have a
that's gonna
timestamp.
happen.
It's May 26th, 2001.
Yeah.
Do I have that on my timeline? Hold on.
I don't know if because we hadn't got
I'm
there
also
yet.
excited to be rereading these so that I can see the layout of Hachi's bedroom for building her family's house in Sims.
Oh, yeah.
Mm?
Are you also gonna build her like Demon Lord temple?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that will happen. Absolutely.
So excited.
Absolutely. Um, let me see. So May 2001. Yeah, I already have it written down.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is a few different things happened that day.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes, a few things. So we have thought boxes. When I think back at that time, I was like completely abandoned by luck. Bullshit.
Right? Not true.
Consequently, I couldn't be as lucky in games. See, here's the thing is everything that is bad luck that happens in Hachi's life is because that's when she tries to take control of her life.
True.
And then the demon lord comes in and is like, "Here's some more luck. Come on. Come on. Like, just start trusting me."
Right.
Oh man. And so now we have a flashback panel to the dream where Ren was at the door.
Yeah.
And she says those were probably tickets that a god prepared for you, Nana. A god
Maybe a
or
god?
the demon lord.
The Demon Lord. Also, we get to see because we didn't see his hands when she woke up, but he's
That's
holding the
right. He's
tickets.
holding the tickets, yeah. And that is it. That is a conclusion.
That is it. Cliffhanger. I had to stop myself from like going to the next chapter last night. I was like, oh no, no. Don't do it. I know you're just like, and then, but no.
And then
We wait.
I but yeah, there was a lot that happened in this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 4 different parts.
Yeah.
Because we had Shin,
Mm-hmm.
and then we had the breakup scene,
Yep.
and then we had the breakdown scene,
Mm-hmm.
and then we had the ticket scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Sadness and back into the charmed life. So we can tell people where they can find us on the
Yeah,
internet.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we will be posting every Monday/Tuesdays. You can follow us on Instagram at apartment707_. And we have other stuff. There's like a link tree that you can like check things out. You can also feel free to email us if you have any like thoughts, suggestions, questions, requests, so on and so forth. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're
Questions,
working
concerns, snide remarks.
we're working on stuff. You can also choose to follow us. You can find me at Kirsten M. Darling on all of the things, including KirstenMDarling.com.
And I am Moth, MOTH_LACE on Instagram, and I have my own link tree to all of my other stuff. So,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Always links in our bios.
Yes.
Right?
Please.
It's like just the way it is. It's so much easier.
True.
So much easier. We thank you for being here and for dealing with us. And we're having fun, and we hope that you're enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. On that note, I'm signing off.
Signing off.
Yeah.
Goodbye forever.
Goodbye forever.
I've been feeling a way about the term manipulation recently. As I'm also like still writing this thing and Pluto's involved, and Pluto's known for being manipulative and obsessive. And so like I did research on the term to manipulate
Mm-hmm.
and like the Latin aspects of it, and that pop psychology treats the term manipulation very, very differently, whereas like to manipulate something is like to manipulate a pencil to write with it.
Oh, that's not the same.
Right. Right?
Yeah, that's very
Yeah. So different.
different.
So the modern definition is very, very different from what it means to manipulate something.
So does this
Right?
mean that now if I catch someone trying to manipulate quote unquote me, I should just look at them and be like, "Are you trying to make me right? Is that what you're trying to make me
Right.
do?"
I am not a pencil.
I am not a pencil. They're gonna be so confused. And that'll be my chance
Well,
to get
because
away.
like originally the definition for I think it's like manipulus or something like that. I can't remember the Latin right now off the top of my head. I'd have to pull out my notes. But it meant handful. Yeah. The origin of the word means handful. To have a
Well,
handful of something that you can move.
oh, okay, because I'm just like, well, Hachi's being a handful right now. So
Right, absolutely. So like I guess like in this, I don't know, it would be like I guess like how I would think about it, if it's not a pencil and if it's a person, then it would be like you need to move someone out of the way. So you like grab their shoulders and like move
physically,
them
like,
over. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
fair.
Which I guess you
Yeah,
could do that like metaphysically or mentally.
true.
And it is like to manipulate a pencil, it is non-consensual,
That's true.
right? But can the pencil consent? That
Oh,
is the
no,
question.
no, we can't go down that road because then I will.
Oh, I already have it in my head. Don't
No,
worry.
no, because all of my pencils are like in my cute little
Oh,
Ziploc thing, and that means
and
that
they can't breathe.
they can't breathe. Don't do that to me, Kirsten. I have to go like unzip
They
the
need air
pencils.
holes.
No, they'll fall out. Oh
Oh my
no.
god, I'm so sorry.
Oh
Oh
no.
god. What have I done?
That's a very dangerous line of thought. Okay, I'm gonna sit here and I'm not gonna just keep
I'm
looking
not
at
gonna
my book
worry about my
bag.
pencils.
No, I'm not gonna worry about my pencils, but I gotta let the audience know I'm worried about my pencils now.
It's
So,
not a secret,
I know.
right?
Oh man. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep.
I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. Oh god. Oh god, that my stomach hurts. Okay, I'm
Oh,
like
that's
tearing
good.
up.